Welcome into the Davis Football Show, everyone. My name is Nick Davis, and we're here with my brother Rob in the Davis Studios. Thank you so much for listening today. We are going to be covering all things football for you sports fans. This is the DFS. We are back. Rob, welcome in, everyone. Thanks for listening again. As always, we are here with you with some content that just recently broke. I know, leading up to the recording, we were curious on what we were going to cover, and then boom, just like that, we got something.
Yeah, finally we get some NFL news.
It's like many people who do this, and specifically with NFL, I'm sure was all pretty excited to get something to discuss. And I actually want to start with the Patriots before Cam Newton, because really it's pretty convenient how this all broke together. Like the Patriots are trying to get everyone to talk about the positive versus the negative. But we're not going to cover it up. We're going to give you the facts here. So let's start with this scandal, Rob. What would you call this? Spygate 2.0, 3.0?
Yeah, Spygate 2.0 that we know of.
That we know of, right? I mean, and they got caught spying on the Cincinnati Bengals of all teams. So you know if they got caught lurking on them, they were lurking on everybody else.
Oh yeah, definitely. Who knows how many teams they filmed, how many practices the Patriots filmed in the past without getting caught.
Yeah, and I mean, and the way it was just so blatant and obvious, I mean, it was kind of like, we see all these NFL films on the Patriots and, behind the scenes stuff, and is all of that just a cover up to get them to film these games and practices?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like how deep in the organization does it run, and what about the just, oh, sorry, like we didn't, we'll delete the tape, like no big deal, like there's nothing to see here response.
Right, yeah, I don't know how the Patriots, I mean, they get caught and get punished, but I feel like the punishment, they should be increasing as they keep getting caught. Because didn't Sean Payton, didn't he get suspended for how long?
Yeah, he was out for
Gate?
Yeah,
I don't think Bill got suspended at all through all these times getting caught cheating.
True, I agree. I don't think, and part of that I think just has to do with the I knew nothing about it response. But if someone's filming another team, it's going to the coaching staff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I don't know how they keep getting away. Well, not getting away with it, but not being punished more than other teams would, I feel like.
So this most recent punishment winds up being $1.1 million needing to be paid from the New England Patriots, and then a loss of a 2021 third-round draft pick, which third round, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, but what did they get? What did they get punished for last time they got caught with Spygate? What was that punishment?
I don't know the exact details. No, we can definitely dig into it and find that out. What do you think this is lighter in comparison?
I feel like because with the players, if they get caught using like drugs or steroids or whatever, the punishment get worse the more they get caught. So I feel like they keep getting caught, and the punishment, it's pretty much staying the same. It's not getting worse. It's not like this punishment is not gonna scare them to not do it again. I feel like.
True. Yeah. So on top of what I just mentioned, they're also not allowed to film anything for any of their TV series or documentaries over the next year season. So, kind of to eliminate all of that, now that does hinder all of those individual projects, but ultimately they're all to support the Patriots, which they're trying to punish.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know. I feel like the punishment isn't as much as it should be for being caught so many times.
Okay,
I feel like
here in 2007, the scandal known as Spygate, the NFL fined the New England Patriots $250,000, $250,000, and forced the team to forfeit a first-round draft pick after uncovering evidence that the New England Patriots have been filming the New York Jets defensive coaching signals during a game.
So this punishment isn't even as bad as the first one.
It's worse in the form of dollars. It's about 4 times as more, but lighter in the draft pick, which ultimately
right. So
impacts
which one's really worse?
Right. I mean, when when you look at how much they make, you would think that the draft pick holds more weight because that's something that you can't just shell out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he'll definitely rather lose a 3rd round pick and have to pay $1 million than losing a 1st round pick.
Yeah, so I see your point there. Why pedal backwards here? 13 years later, why not continue to compile on especially it being a second offense?
Exactly, and then the Flakegate. I'm looking at it right now. They got fined $1 million. And lost a 1st round pick in 2016 and a 4th round pick in 2017. So, I mean, the punishment isn't getting any worse. So, what's stopping them from doing it again?
And what's stopping all these other teams to begin doing what they're doing? Correct.
Exactly.
So, are the Patriots really as good as what their records or states over the past 20 years?
I mean, Yeah, they're still definitely good. I mean, they're not good only because they're filming other teams' practices. Because who knows? They're not filming every team, but I mean, no, they're still a good team. I'm not going to take that away from them.
Okay. Now, are they going to be better next year without Tom Brady?
Oh, of course, I think so. And they're just as good. I feel like.
Now you say that now because of Cam. Because you weren't saying that originally prior knowing that Jarrett Stidham was the quarterback.
Oh, no, yeah, of course now they got Cam. So I think Cam's better than Tom Brady right now.
Who's going to be the starter?
So. Of the Patriots?
Yeah.
Cam, of course.
He hasn't taken a snap there yet. He doesn't know the playbook. I don't even know. Has he met Belichick and the team?
Well, I mean, he just got signed yesterday, so I don't think he did.
Okay, and in a limited, camp with COVID and all of those restrictions, is he going to be behind a step?
I mean, as of knowing the playbook, right now he is, but I feel like by the time the season starts, he'll have the playbook down enough. I mean, it's not even close. He's way better than Stidham. So I feel like it's not even a question.
Yeah, I'm actually with you 100%. I was just playing devil's advocate there, and I think he's significantly better than Jarrett Stidham in my opinion. And I know Stidham has shown like flashes in the pan, but Cam is a proven vet who's won an MVP. He's been to a Super Bowl, and he also played some of his best games against that Belichick defense. So I think that he's going to step in, and I do think that the Patriots are going to alter their offense a little bit around him. Don't you think? I feel like everywhere Cam has went, the team has been kind of adjusted to fit him.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to call different plays that you're going to call for Cam than you did for Tom Brady last year. A lot of more out-the-pocket stuff and QB runs more than you did with Tom Brady.
Yeah, a year prior with Brady, I mean, play action and, the moving out the pocket was not really a thing. It would just, stand back there and pick teams apart. And that's not really Cam's game.
I mean, I feel like once he started in 2018, he was doing really good from the pocket until he got hurt. So I feel like if he could build off that, I mean, I feel like he could improve a lot.
Yeah, so Cam was signed. What was his the details of his contract?
It was $1 million base salary and up to $7.5 million in incentives.
Okay, both pretty cheap deals, right? Like it's a it's a pretty team friendly deal. Like this definitely benefits the Patriots. But I want to ask, who's going to be the winner in this? You know, a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years down the road from now, who's going to be the real winner out of this?
The real winner, probably Cam, because I feel like he's gonna prove himself. Like he don't have to prove himself, but he's gonna show like he's still a good quarterback. So I feel like he's gonna get paid next year. I don't know about the Patriots or someone else, but oh yeah, he's definitely gonna get a bigger contract after this year. So I feel like Cam's gonna be a bigger winner than the Patriots.
Okay, so I was kind of fishing you into going that route because I'm going to ask here if he does well and has the season that you feel he's going to have, or do you think the Patriots are going to keep him or continue to search for their next Tom Brady?
I feel like it all depends on what other teams are going to offer Cam because the Patriots are not going to overpay for him. So I mean, it just all depends on what other teams are interested in him after this season.
So even if other teams are interested, the Patriots still have control somewhat with the franchise and transition tags. They do have that ability to pay him top QB money because I do feel really like he deserves something in that ballpark. Like, you know, with Dak Prescott will be receiving this $31 million here next year. Is this something that, you know, we can see him in New England for, 2-3 years?
Oh, yeah, we definitely can because I feel like they're going to have a good year. So I feel like they're going to want to bring him back. But, I mean, you never know. Some teams overpay for players. So if Cam get a bigger offer, he might take that.
I don't know if Cam's that guy. Like, I think he's at a point in his career to where, like, he wants to win. Like, he isn't out here trying to chase the money. Like, if we all know Baker Mayfield's on his last his last leg here in Cleveland, like every quarterback there. Say Cleveland wants to break the bank and pay Cam next year. Do you think he goes to Cleveland?
If the Browns and then
No. I'm saying if the Browns simply have a better offer on the table. I think Cam chooses location and winning over money at this point of his football career.
Oh yeah, definitely winning. But I mean, if he goes to the Browns, you have a better chance of winning than the Patriots.
Okay, you think so?
Yeah.
That NFC,
well, I mean,
that AFC North division is ruthless. I mean, you take out Cincinnati.
Yeah, but he'll have a way better team in the Browns than he does with the Patriots.
Okay.
So
if he does stick around beyond this very friendly, team-friendly deal of $7.5 million after incentives, are the Patriots going to have enough money to keep him? I mean, looking at their cap space, like it's not much. They actually don't even have the money to sign him this year, but given, the cuts to get down to the number of players allowed on the team, they should get back under the cap. But I mean, they have a ton of money going out, and I think paying a quarterback, $25-30 mil is not going to be possible
next year,
for them.
I'm pretty sure the Patriots got a lot of cap space next year.
So they do have some wiggle room, yes, but who will they? I mean, they have cap space for a reason. They're going to need to let players go. So who would those players be?
Oh yeah, well, like they still got to re-sign players, but I mean, if Cam does that good, I feel like he'll be the number one on the list because I'm pretty sure they got almost close to 90 million in cap space next year because they're going to be getting rid of a lot of contracts are ending. So, I mean, if he does that good, he'll be first on the list to get re-signed.
Right. You do have some pretty expensive veteran contracts that would be up. One is Brian Hoyer. It's not all that much. That's only $1 million. Does he stay on the roster, by the way? Hold on. Let's talk about Hoyer in a minute. But you have James White, who's in his last year, who's getting paid $4.5. You have Burkhead that's getting paid almost $4 million. He's on the last year of his deal. You also got some wide receivers here. Mohamed Sanu, who came in last year, he's at $6.5 million. He's on the last year of his deal. And then they just signed Bard from the Cardinals, and then Marquise Lee from the Jaguars, both 1.5 and $1 million, who are only on 1 year prove-it deals. So, and that's only on the offensive side of the ball. Their tight end as well, Lacrosse, he's at $1.5 million. They did draft 2 tight ends in the third round this past draft. So I do believe, I don't think he stepped up in any way. Hopefully these rookies can flash and they'll move on there. And yeah, they're definitely going to have some space available. The big lineman that they're looking at turning, their guard, he's at $14.7 million in the last year of his deal, and there's actually been rumors of moving off of him right now in a trade, right, Rob?
Oh yeah, they're definitely looking to move in, but I feel like now they got Cam, they might end up keeping him because they're a contender now. So I don't feel like they'll move off of him yet.
Okay. So, and everyone I just named was just on the offensive side of the ball. That wasn't even, the number of defensive players that ended up being moved. Who they actually had a number of starters who moved on this past year, which I'm sure is going to turn into a bunch of comp picks come next year. And granted that they don't get caught spying on someone again, they're going to need all those picks.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely need those picks next year. So I don't know. We'll see. It all depends how good Cam does. If he doesn't do good as expected, I feel like they'll move off and go in a different direction, losing a lot of people. But
is Jared Stidham that direction at that point? Is Cam coming in just another? Put Stidham, Hoyer, and Cam in a room, continue to develop Stidham. Have Cam, play this year. If he gets hurt or struggles, then pull in Stidham, and he's then the guy. Like, is it a confidence thing? Do they really believe in him? Just not right now.
I mean, it's all up to them. He'll have to play. They got to see what they got in him because he haven't played much yet. So they at least need to see if they got a quarterback or not. So if Cam don't work out this year, he'll definitely. Stidham definitely will get his chance.
Tom Brady came in year 2, and the rest is history. He never looked back, right? Can Stidham come in here in year 2 behind Cam? Maybe another injury of his or something along those lines, and knock on wood, and continue the Patriots' legacy for another 20 years.
I don't know about all that because Tom Brady's, he's a one-in-a-lifetime type of player coming in what was he, a 6th-round pick?
Yeah.
The 199 pick?
Same as Jared Stidham, right?
I'm not sure when Stidham got drafted, but I don't see Stidham. I'm not real confident in him, so I feel like he'll be a solid player, but not a franchise quarterback.
I'm just saying that the comparisons are pretty unique when you really think about it.
I mean, he hasn't played yet. He got to go prove it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what they all say. Stidham was actually in the 4th round, 133 overall.
Okay.
So, looking at Hoyer, though, I want to shuffle back to that. The Patriots picked up Hoyer after Brady was no longer coming back, and from that signing, we all thought, man, Stidham's going to be the guy. Like, Hoyer isn't the starting quarterback, but it'll be good to have a veteran backup that knows the system to assist Stidham in his new starting role. But now with Cam in here, that's not necessarily the case. Is Hoyer now going to be a casualty, or do you think the Patriots will carry 3 QBs in? Just because Hoyer does know the offense and Hoyer can assist Cam in the same way he could assist Stidham? I mean, what's the thought process here? Or is Stidham the lost cause and the Patriots move on with Cam and Hoyer?
No, they're definitely not going to move off of Stidham. He's a 4th-round pick, so they definitely want to see what he got before they move off of him. But I feel like they might carry all 3, just in case, because I feel like they're not going to give it to Stidham, and Stidham is a backup. I don't know if he's ready. I feel like they'll rather put a Hoyer in because, I mean, they're in win-now mode. So if Cam goes down, they'll definitely want Hoyer over Stidham right now.
Yeah. All right, so you say they're in win-now mode. Have you seen the Patriots' schedule?
Oh, yeah, they got a tough schedule.
It's not just tough, my man. It is brutal.
Oh, I know. I picked them for having one of the hardest schedules.
All right.
But I feel like
let's break this. Let's break this thing down into quarters real quick. Okay.
All right.
Week 1, they start off Miami, Seattle, Oakland, Kansas City. At Kansas City. Hold on. Miami at home, at Seattle, Raiders, at Chiefs. I mean, they're flying all over the country right here.
Yeah, that's a tough start, but I mean, it's still looking like 2-2.
2-2 out of there? What, losses at Seattle and KC?
Probably.
All right, then they got the Denver Broncos at home. They got the 49ers at home. Then they go to the Bills and go to the Jets. It's stay in the Northeast there in New York.
I mean, that could be 3-1, 4-0.
Whoa! They got they got the NFC Super Bowl champs in there, the 49ers. They got the Bills, who I think are going to win the division. And the Jets always play them pretty tough, especially now, Gase and Darnold. I mean, it's their year to prove it, along with Le'Veon and them boys. And I don't know. The Broncos are a sleeper. I think they come out of here with in the negatives. 1-3, 0-4.
3. Okay, losses to who?
Everybody. They get a win. It's against the Jets.
I don't know. I think they're better than the Bills. I think they're just as good as the 49ers.
Can we agree on 2-2?
Yeah. I wouldn't be
Bills and 49ers wins against Broncos. So
No, I feel like they beat the Bills.
I think they split the season with the Bills, but I think they lose this one in Buffalo.
Okay.
So then they have the Ravens at home, at Houston, Cardinals at home, at LA Chargers. Again, flying all over the place. They're in Connecticut, then they fly down to Houston, then they come back home to play the Cardinals, then they go to LA.
That sounds like 3-1.
3-1 there too. The loss against Baltimore?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Texans, Cardinals, and Chargers all could be in the playoffs.
You was talking trash about the Texans the whole time, but now you want to be on their side.
Okay, all right. Here we got now we got. I don't pick sides. I just pick games. Am I missing somebody here? We got and then the final four. The final four here. We have the Rams, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Bills yet again.
That could be 4-0 too.
4-2 there, huh?
I won't be surprised.
Okay. All right. The division games late in the year, and at the Rams at LA again. They go at Chargers, at Rams, the same back to back. I take it they're going to stay out there in LA. We'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how that whole year, how this year shapes out for New England and their new star quarterback Cam Newton.
Yeah, people. I feel like you're forgetting how good Cam Newton was before he got hurt. That's the thing.
No, I'm not. I'm not forgetting. I'm a fan of Cam, and it's funny because if you were to ask me a year ago, no, I'm not a fan of Tom Brady. No, I'm not a fan of the New England Patriots. But you ask me today, I'm kind of a fan of Tom Brady. I want to see them win in Tampa Bay. And I'm kind of a fan of New England. I want to see Cam be successful. So it's funny how the two together and all the cheating makes me not want the franchise to succeed. A lot like America's team, so everyone calls the Dallas Cowboys. But you split them up and add someone like Cam, and now you have a different perspective. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know.
Well, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Who do you got having a better record, the Patriots or the Bucks?
I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I got the Patriots.
I think the Bucks are going to be one of the best teams. It all depends on how quickly they can figure it out. Just build that collaboration together. But I think once they get rolling, man, that team is going to be tough. That they were tough last year. I mean, their defense didn't play bad, and I think it got better. And I think that their offense, who again put up a ton of points, is going to be much improved, and just be so focused and driven, because I feel like everyone's going to be playing for Tom versus playing for Bruce. I feel like the team did very well, and they had this, they had a good team and they were bought in. I don't think they were toxic in any way, but I think, a lot how, again, I'm going way back here, but remember when, Jerome Bettis, hey, it's my last year, and the Super Bowl is in my hometown, and the Steelers kind of lifted up and played their way for them, and fast forward a few years, you got Ray Lewis saying, "Hey, it's my last year. Let's bring this one home." And the team kind of plays for their guys because they have so much respect for such a Hall of Fame type player, and I feel like it just lifts the whole team and brings their passion and drive and effort to a whole nother level. And I think Tom Brady's going to bring that to a very young team in Tampa Bay.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, with Jerome Bettis and Ray Lewis, but they had more than a handful of Hall of Famers on those teams.
True, yeah.
Have anyone on the Bucks even made the playoffs?
Oh, Gronk?
Well, him besides Thomas Gronk.
Gronk? Well, no, not at the moment, but yeah, experience-wise, they're lacking there. But I think that this is a really young team that can make it happen. I don't think, I don't think that they're going to shy away from anyone due to lack of experience. Or can mistakes be made? Maybe, but these are guys who I think been waiting for the moment for a long time, like Mike Evans and those boys.
I feel like just the defense is really young. I feel like in playoffs it's almost a whole different game. The game's way faster in the playoffs. I feel like the Patriots will have a better run in the playoffs than the Bucks will.
Yeah, the defense is super young. I'm not going to lie there, but I think that the coaching staff and that experience will have them prepared and ready to go.
I feel like if the Bucks don't get a home, they're not going to win on the road. I feel like they need the only chance for them to make the Super Bowl. They need to get the 1 seed,
which they may. They may do.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. They're not going to win the division, I think.
All right. Well, sticking on the Patriots, let's let's shift off Tampa Bay for a second since the episode today is New England. Where do you feel Cam is going to sit in the New England, fast forward 5-10 years from now? Is Cam going to be Hall of Fame quarterback? And if so, because I think he very well could be, especially if these next few years go very well. Does he go in as a Patriot?
It depends what he do with the Patriots. I mean, I feel like if he goes on and win a Super Bowl, then he may. How much he played? 9 years with the Panthers, I think.
Yeah, 9 years with the Panthers. He was drafted number 1 overall in 2011.
If I had to guess, I feel like he's gonna go in as a Panther because I don't see him winning another MVP. I don't see him getting back to another Super Bowl. So, yeah, I think he'll go in as a Panther for sure.
He's 31 right now. He can play another 9 years with New England and play 9 with Carolina and 9 with New England. Yeah, he might have MVP with the 1 and a Super Bowl appearance with 1. But he may do real damage over the next 9 years in New England.
How's he going to do more damage without making a Super Bowl or winning MVP?
3 Super Bowl championships, 3 Super Bowl MVPs?
No, I said, no, I'm saying, like, I don't feel like he's not going to win an MVP and he's not going to win another Super Bowl with the Patriots, I don't think.
Oh, no?
So, no.
Okay.
No, not the way.
Well then, I don't think he has enough to get in the Hall of Fame then.
I feel like if he put up a decent amount of numbers, he could get in the Hall of Fame still. But I just don't see him win a Super Bowl or another MVP.
All right, so prior to this Cam Newton signing, there's 2 ballers coming out of college next year. And it's actually more than just 2, but these 2 are the hot names that, been in the conversation for a while now. It's Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields from out of Clemson and, the Ohio State. And with the team moving off of Tom Brady, it was an ideal landing spot for both of those guys. And it may still be, right? But if Cam does well, really well, this next year, and the Patriots extend his contract or franchise tag him, continue to move forward into the following year and beyond with Cam Newton, are they still in search of a quarterback? And they can always draft one. That's, a given, I would think. But they're not going to target one of the top guys going 1 and 2 overall in the draft, right?
I mean, how would they get a high pick?
In trade. Like, watching the draft this past year, I mean, it was kind of clear, like, man, the Patriots are loading picks to make a move for the top team in the draft. Like, think about, anybody other than Jacksonville in those first couple slots. They don't need a quarterback. If you got Cincinnati, the worst team again this year, which is very likely, and they got the number 1 overall pick, they're not going to draft another quarterback after taking Burrow, right? So hey, Bengals, take these 9 picks and give us the number 1. You need more help and depth than anybody.
You're trying to tell me you think Bill Belichick's going to trade 9 picks to trade up to get a quarterback?
Using hypotheticals, but do they no longer become? I mean, you watched the draft too. It looks like they were loading picks the next few years to make a move like that. Is that something that are the Patriots no longer looking to target one of the top tier quarterbacks now that they have Cam?
No, I feel like they can't because they don't have enough to trade up. Well, they do, but they're not going to trade the whole draft class to get a quarterback. And they didn't draft one this past year, so I feel like they still got Stidham behind Cam.
If they didn't have Cam, would they have gone that route then? If Cam doesn't work out, say he gets injured mid-season, they let him walk after his contract. What do they do quarterback-wise? Do they go Stidham then?
Yeah, they're gonna have to go sit him.
Or
I don't feel like,
or they sign Jameis, or do they go after someone in the draft?
well, I mean, it all depends on like how Stidham does. I feel like Stidham's gonna get a full year no matter what, unless
A
Cam Newton get
full
hurt
year,
within, like,
really?
yeah, I mean, you draft him with the fourth round, you just don't throw away a fourth round pick.
So you think? So you think next year or the year after is Stidham's under contract this upcoming year, and then 2 years after that, you think in the next few years he's going to be the starting quarterback moving forward to see what they got at least?
It depends on how this year goes. I mean, like, I feel like Cam's gonna do good no matter what. So the only reason he'll leave if another team outbids the Patriots, and then I feel like Stidham's gonna get his chance then. So, I feel like Stidham's gonna. If Cam leaves, no matter how good he does after this year, Stidham's gonna be the starter.
All right. So based on what you're saying, they're out in the quarterback draft class 2021.
I mean, they could get one in the later round, but they're not gonna get one of the top ones. They don't even have enough to trade.
Okay. All right. Sure. So that leaves me with what teams need Lawrence and Fields. I think we can agree on Jacksonville, right?
We could have a whole list on who needs quarterbacks.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, we could. Okay, Jacksonville needs a quarterback. We'll see. I mean, it all depends on how these quarterbacks play. The Bears need a quarterback. Browns might need a quarterback.
Yeah, I guess this year it's going to tell a lot. But man, the quarterback play like these past few years have been just so good, and I think that really is a big reason why the NFL is growing at the rate that it has been, and the quarterbacks typically, don't play this good immediately coming out of college. And they also don't play deep into their 40s like they've been, to where we're getting like a huge range now of talent and experience and competition that's pretty unique.
Yeah, and man, I feel because the way I think Cam's going to play, the Patriots going to be a top 5. They're going to have like a top 5 record in the NFL. So I mean, there's so many other teams that's going to take quarterbacks above them. I mean. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, I feel like.
All right. Well, anything else on the top of your mind here as we conclude the New England Patriots? Other than they're a bunch of Spygate cheaters that yeah.
Well, not really about the Patriots. I just want to know, like, because the Cam's deal is only for $1 million base salary, so like I don't understand why all these other teams won't give him a shot, even with that low contract number. Because I feel like the Bears could offer him more.
Absolutely.
I don't understand how Phillip Rivers got $25 million and Cam will only get $1 million.
So Chase Daniels is making more money with Detroit than Cam and Jameis.
Yeah,
think about that.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, people just don't. I feel like the way just Cam, how he is, people don't believe in him. But I mean, we'll see this year. It's gonna prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about that. Like, very similar. I mean, Colin Kaepernick was a different situation, but a lot of it has to do with, like you said, like trust. Like his physical ability is not in question here. His health maybe with all his injuries, but from what I hear, like everything's been cleared, and that doesn't really waver much. Like once you're cleared by a number of teams, like you're cleared for the most part across the board, to where it's I think you don't want someone in the locker room that's toxic with an attitude that's going to push back. But sometimes you need leadership to push back if it's broken to get it fixed. You know what I mean? It's the same way in business sometimes. So, when you look at what he might bring. Like, will he bring a hostile environment in like a Chicago locker room with Mitch? Maybe, but maybe that's what you need to win. You know what I mean? You don't need Mr. Nice Guy to come in here into Detroit to rub Matt Stafford's back. You need someone to kick him in the back, maybe to start winning some games and make it to the playoffs. So you make a great point. I think at the end of the day, it's just people are afraid. Look, and Cam's what, 6'6", 240? I mean, he's every reason to be scary, you know?
Yeah, like there's just I don't know, people just don't. It's just people don't believe in Cam. Is what I feel like. They don't. I mean, to me, his best. The 2018 season was the best he ever played. It was better than his MVP season.
And in his MVP season, like, I feel like there was some like cockiness there, which was very. I would have did the same thing. I'm not against it in any way, but I think his 2018 season, like you said, was very good. But it was a humbling 2018 season, and I think that's why it was so under the radar, because he wasn't out there dabbing it with every touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's cocky. I feel like, I don't think Cam's really cocky. It's just.
Well, I just know people in the media were saying that way, how Carolina was, how they just need to focus on winning and not so much on celebrating. But again, this was in a time before celebrating was as open and promoted the way it is now.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people don't like that celebrating, because I know like the Ravens last year, they it wasn't really. A lot of people didn't say they were cocky. It was just like, they're having fun, good team chemistry. But I mean, this past Ravens team and the 2015 Panthers, they remind me a lot alike.
Yeah,
they had a lot of star players. They did a lot of celebrating, a lot of sideline pictures, all that. So it's just how people feel about him. But
right.
I don't know. We'll see. I feel like he'll be a little bit different with Bill, but he's still gonna bring that same energy on the field. And we'll see.
Yeah, and like you said, I think he has something to prove that it does bring a whole new animal out of you, and not just in football, but in sports and in business too. Like when everyone somewhat like counted you out and said you can't, you have a different type of drive and motivation to go out and prove everybody wrong. And I think he has that, and my money will be in favor of Cam Newton this year.
So what do you see the Patriots finishing this year?
Oh man, I think that's going to depend so much more on other things than Cam Newton. Like, I don't think. Like, I got question marks about that defense. They lost so many starters this past year, and they didn't even play good last year towards the end of the year with all those starters that they had. I think that, can those guys step up and make an impact? All those young guys that they brought in over the past few years, I don't know. They have a brand new rookie kicker that they just drafted too. And the receiving core is still in question. Like, they don't have a tight end unless these two rookies they drafted in the third round can play ball the way they drafted Gronk and Hernandez back in the day. But I think they're relying on too many rookies right now that we'll see. Maybe Cam can elevate them, but I know Stidham wouldn't be able to.
I know Cam would definitely elevate him, because I feel like this is one of his. I feel like with this Patriots team, this is like one of the better teams that he had with weapons, because with the Panthers, he didn't really have a lot of weapons.
Yeah, true.
Panthers, and he still put up numbers. So,
and I think from a pressure standpoint, being the number one overall draft pick in the league and being the face of the Panthers, I mean, he was Carolina for 9 years, and every game was on his shoulders. When this year stepping into New England, I feel like he's not going to have the pressure of, if I don't play good, the team's not going to play good. Like, the team's going to play good. You just need to bring your part and bring your food to the table and make sure that the offense eats.
Yeah, and I feel like the Patriots, I feel like they're going to make another move for a receiver or tight end before this offseason is over. I don't know, I just got a feeling, but I think they're going to bring in another wide receiver for sure. So with Sanu and Edelman and Neal and a new receiver they bring in, I feel like they got a solid group.
Who's available? I mean, they brought in Bird, Marquise Lee, and they also have the rookie N'Keal Harry still, who I think can have a breakout year. I know he was injured a little last year, but very similar to DJ Moore. I mean, he took a minute to develop, but now he's a pretty promising player in Carolina.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of free agent receivers that people aren't really thinking about. You got Antonio Brown that's out there. You got Josh Gordon that's out there. You got Martavis Bryant that people aren't really talking about. He was pretty much forced out the league for the drug test, but I mean, you don't get suspended for smoking weed now, so I'm pretty sure he's on the comeback, I heard. And you never know. They could make a trade for another guy. I know Parker with the Dolphins. I heard rumors about them wanting to move him, but
that would be a come up. I don't think Miami trades him to New England, being in the same division.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what they give up. But I feel like if they give up, I mean, they're trying to trade Thurley, the offensive guard. So you never know. I feel like the Dolphins will want to have O-line protection over receivers at this point, because I know they're not really trying. They're not contenders right now. So, and you can want to protect Tua. So I mean, if you give up Parker and get Thurley in a draft pick, I feel like that's a solid trade.
Yeah, you make a good point there. I can see that actually happening.
Yeah, because I don't know if you heard, because everyone was talking about this class of receivers, how it's supposed to be good. Next year's supposed to be better than this year.
That's insane. And I think, as the years move on here, I mean, I do think that the class of or the talent at the quarterback and receiver position is just going to continue to improve. I mean, unlike when we were little, 7-on-7s were just a drill we did in practice before team. Now, 7-on-7s. These kids are playing 7-on-7s all year around, all over the country against some of the best, athletes in their age group, all over the country. It's pretty remarkable how, and they're running like NFL style plays once they get to the high school level. So it's getting real. I mean, it's the real deal, and they're so much more prepared going into Friday nights today than ever before.
Oh yeah, yes. It's not only that. A lot of it is just the running back position is dying. I feel like with the offense changing, so a lot of these running backs are playing quarterback and receiver now, and then it's not them playing NFL style game at a younger age. It's the NFL in college using a lot of the high school, and NFL's copying off of like the college game. With these quarterbacks that run around all the time, it's a whole new offense. Like look at the Ravens offense. That's pretty much a college offense they're running in Baltimore, and it was the best offense last year.
Yeah, true. You're absolutely right there. And defense is just right now they can't stop. The talent can't stop it. I mean, there's guys like Isaiah Simmons, and oh my God, why am I blanking on his name in San Diego or for the Chargers?
Derwin James.
Derwin James, yeah. Those athletes like that are a dime a dozen, and those are the type of guys that defend this new college offense is the best. But not every team has one of them. The Patriots try to get their guy in Kyle Duggar. We'll see how he works out. But that's, again, to attribute Bill Belichick to always seeing into the future and knowing where the game is going.
Oh yeah, no. Scrambling quarterbacks always give Bill Belichick, problems. So I feel like they're gonna try to look for Cam, see how that goes. Try to prepare for the future.
Yeah. So that concludes our episode here on the New England Patriots. So guys, thank you all again for listening. We really do appreciate it. Please go right on your iPhone. Please pull it out right now. Apple Podcasts, where most of you are listening, according to our statistics, and scroll down to the bottom. Pass through all the episodes that we're currently putting out, and at the bottom it says rate. You have 5 stars. Please go ahead and leave us a review as well. If you hit the little box down at the bottom that says write a review, go ahead and put one in and give us your thoughts and your feedback so we can continue to improve. Just like a football team, we're always trying to get better week to week to put out the best product for you. So follow us again on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and follow our social media pages on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you so much. This is the DFS out.